Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to She Politics. And today we are very fortunate to have Representative Giglio here. Representative, can you please tell us a bit about your background and what inspired you to pursue politics?
Sure. Well, I was in the construction industry for many years. I started my own construction company in 1997 and saved up enough money to finally buy some land and to start building things. And when I invested a lot of money into a piece of property, then the local government told me they put me in a moratorium for 2.5 years, which means you can't build and they're not going to review your application. Put me in a moratorium for 2.5 years, raised my taxes like 400%. From 80,000 to a ridiculous amount, which we grieved and got it knocked down, but we couldn't build on it for 2.5 years. And then when they finally told us we could build, they knocked us down to what we could build from 49 houses to 29 houses. And instead of on 1, 3, and 5 acres, they told us we could build it on an eighth of an acre right next to a busy railroad track.
Hmm.
So we sued them and we won. And then I bought another piece of property, and the town of Riverhead, where I'm from, gave me a hard time in trying to knock down a blighted building where there was a lot of crime around that building. So I started a Riverhead Business Alliance, and I had all the business owners that had problems or complaints about the town not being business friendly. And from the Riverhead Business Alliance, that gave me a platform to where everyone said, she's smart, she's business friendly, let's run her for office. So I ran for local office in the town of Riverhead, and I was there for 10 years before I decided to run for the New York State Assembly, which was in 2020. And I've been in the New York State Assembly ever since.
Oh, well, that's a very inspiring story. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for that. Um,
sure.
can you tell me what are the key issues that you're focusing on during your term?
Yeah, so water quality. I have been appointed by the minority leader to be one of 5 people on a statewide task force for water quality. So I'll be doing statewide tours to talk to water districts throughout the state to figure out what their needs are and what the complications are in providing good clean water to residents to drink, and then also clean water to swim and recreate in. So I'll be working on that, and I am also very passionate about people with disabilities because I feel like and veterans and seniors, because I feel like they are we used to take care of them very well, but it seems like New York State just keeps cutting away, cutting away, cutting away, and that it's a vulnerable uh, population that really needs some attention. So very passionate about that. Um, I'm passionate about transportation. I'm an operating engineer, Local 138 operating engineers, which is heavy highway road work and bridges. And so I'm passionate about having good roads to drive on, good safe roads, not with a bunch of potholes where cars are bouncing all over the road and could bounce right into another car that, and really do some damage, not only to the cars, but to the people that are driving them. So transportation, being able to move around and be able to get to work and get to school, whether it be through public transportation or your own car, is really very important in order to have a successful life. So transportation is important. And that's there's a lot. I was recently appointed to the Ways and Means Committee, so I'm in budget hearings all day today, all day yesterday, and all day on Monday. Because we sit in on all the meetings and listen to people as to what their needs are and how much money they need in order to do that. Like we're having a public hearing today on education. So I'm talking to, New York State Unified Teachers. I'm talking to Superintendents Association. I'm talking to chancellors of SUNY schools and of New York City schools. So understanding what their current hurdles are and how we can help them and do better to make our education system better.
Mhm,
So those are all very important things for me, and also job placement and workforce. So trying to
Thank you
get
for
people back
that.
to work. Yeah,
Yeah, those are very important issues in New York, definitely.
yeah, yeah.
Um, So, how do you feel that your experience as a woman has shaped your approach and perspective on politics?
Well, I can tell you that I don't think that it's really a man or a woman thing. I think that it's more of a passion for an issue, or I think that because I'm in the minority conference, so there are 47 members of the minority conference, and only three of us are women. So our perspective is a lot different. And when it comes to a lot of the issues that women are concerned about, they always punt to us and say, okay, you carry the ball because so I think it's very important when it comes to a lot of issues that women face, especially with childcare, with certain situations that they may run into in life that they, don't know who to turn to, that we are there and we are a voice of reason, not only to help women get the services that they need, but to also bring a perspective of health and well-being.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of specialty doctors are needed on the East End and in certain areas where they don't exist, where they just have a big hospital system. I think that special services for women is really important. And I look into those and I support those. We have North Fork Breast Health Coalition on Long Island where we are I was at an all day event with them on Saturday where they talk about the importance of yoga. They talk about the importance of eating healthy and making decisions that may different from the person sitting next to you, but making sure that those specialty services for women are there. So I think that's a perspective that I bring to the table, being a woman in government.
Hmm. That's very well said. Thank you for that.
Sure.
So speaking about that, what steps do you think need to be taken to achieve gender equality and political representation?
Oh, you mean so for yourself or for some of your colleagues or
Oh, just for society in general.
society in general? So, I mean, in high school, I took debate classes. I took public speaking
Mhm.
because you have to have confidence in public speaking and you got to really find the issues. So, and when I go around and I talk to people in the schools, there was a school that a young lady said she loved Hello Kitty and she wanted a Hello Kitty, spot in the cafeteria. I said, well, you should form a committee of people that feel like you and that want to have a Hello Kitty, little room in the cafeteria where you can all sit and have your lunch. And so that's what they do. But you have to really find an issue that you're passionate about and then, be able to express it. So to have the confidence in yourself to be able to debate somebody that may not agree with you, and also the confidence in yourself to have the public speaking ability so that you're getting your point across in few words, but meaningful
Yes,
words.
definitely. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Um, so, what skills do you believe are essential for high school students aspiring to pursue a career in politics?
Yeah, I think it goes back to that with the, forensic debate and or maybe getting into on the student government, um, taking up an issue, forming a committee, going to your teachers. When I go around and talk to the high schools, one of the issues was that they felt like they could never get a seat on the bus to get to school. So they formed a bus committee and started inviting other students to come. And then they would form a report and present it to the school board to say, we need more school buses in this particular area, or, we have to sit on the floor, which is not safe. So I don't even know that the administrators of the school knew that that was happening. So, we're waiting to see what the results of that are, but
Oh yeah, that's definitely very interesting. I think initiative is very important, and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
what a lot of people lack too.
Yeah, and when you see something that is troublesome to you, um, putting your thoughts to it and forming a committee with like-minded people and, talking, making appointments to speak to the powers that be to see if you can actually effectuate change.
Mhm. Yes, thank you so much for that. And lastly, what advice would you give to young girls aspiring to enter the realms of politics?
Yeah, just be true to yourself and be focused and get have your confidence to know that the issues that you're entering into in the political world are important to not only you, but to many others, so that you have the support that you need from your community or from your fellow students in order to proceed and to produce results for the people that you're working for.
Mhm. That's very well said. And that concludes our interview. So I'm going to stop the recording right now.